people? What's up, y'all? Mark79 here, and I saw Toy Story 4 last night, and I am ready to talk about it. That's right, man. Who Toy Story? I have a very complicated relationship with Toy Story. One and two, great movies, but I feel like I was never really a part of the cult following that it developed after those first two movies came out. I mean, I thought they were good films, but I didn't like fall in love with the franchise. I feel like until Toy Story 3. I was right there with everybody else in Toy Story 3 when like they were all holding hands, and when they were going towards the incinerator, I was in tears. When Andy was playing with them for the last time, and giving them all to Bonnie, I was in tears there. That's where my love for Toy Story really developed, I would say. So, I mean, not really like recent, but at least within the past like 7 or 8 years recent. When did Toy Story 3 come out? I think 2010, maybe? But yeah, man, so that brings us to Toy Story 4. I was honestly very curious what kind of movie this was going to be, if they could really churn out another story. Because honestly, I thought Toy Story 3 had a brilliant ending to that franchise of movies, man. So with Toy Story 4, I feel like first of all, I feel like they did a really good job of presenting a very interesting story. So in Toy Story 3, if you remember, they're talking about something, and they mention the absence of Bo Peep. So right off the bat in Toy Story 4, Bo Peep is really heavily emphasized, and that's what the majority of the story is about. And I feel like they really presented her character in a very gratifying way. I feel like we got layers to her story that we never really knew in any of the previous three films, and I really appreciated that. I feel like it really gave me that. It was definitely some sad moments of how she got to where she was, but I feel like they definitely brought it full circle on how she ended up in her story arc. So, I would say I would say like 35% of the story is about Bo Peep. Another 35% of the story is about Woody and his journey. Then the other 35% is about Forky, the newest character of the franchise. So pretty much the movie really centers on these three characters here, and then another like 10 or 20% focuses around another character that I don't even think she's been announced in the trailers, but so I will keep her out of my spoiler-free review for now. So definitely the my favorite part of this movie is definitely Forky. He is easily the funniest Toy Story character in existence. His dialogue and just how he was created and how he walks and his mannerisms, all absolutely comedic gold. I promise. It's absolutely brilliant. There was not a moment where Forky was on screen where I was not laughing my behind off. Like, it was that good, I promise. So just for that aspect alone, you should purchase a ticket just to go see the introduction of Forky and see how funny he is. Actually, we just got back from Disney World in April, but man, oh man, it's I tell you what, I cannot wait to see how Forky is represented in the parks. I'm so excited to see that. I mean, I hope they do. I mean, it's not a guarantee that they would have him in the parks, but man, if they do, I would love to see how they have him walking around. Because I feel like it would need its own separate training from a Disney cast member itself just to see how you would have him walking around. Because just the walk alone was just hilarious. I promise, man. I know I'm talking a whole lot about just Forky, but man, I promise it was God, it was so good. And then another of the new characters, the little security guard that you're seeing here, she was hilarious too. I can't think of her name though, dang it, but she was one of Bo Peep's side characters. Yeah, man, really a really good character. Side quirks, commentary was brilliant. Just the just the thing about the Toy Story movies that I've always found good is just that even the parts where it's not really a whole lot of dialogue going on, but just that parts where they're trying to infiltrate something, or like they're on a mission and the music is going and they're really just their toy antics of them trying to accomplish a goal. I think that's where the brilliance of Toy Story really comes in, man. I think that because I feel like in every Toy Story movie, there's always a scene where either Woody or Buzz, like every movie, they each have those scenes where like they're trying to get into something, and it's the most awesome, like epic looking sneaking around. It's like they're like James Bond toys or something, man, trying to like get into something to accomplish a goal. That's always been one of my favorite parts in the Toy Story films, and it's no different here. The action scenes in this sequel are just as brilliant as the other ones as well. So you definitely have that to look forward to as well. So that brings us to the sad, depressing parts that makes Toy Story like Oscar worthy. If they were in Toy Story 1, they were in Toy Story 2, and they were brilliantly done in Toy Story 3. Like I said, I was brought to the verge of tears numerous times in Toy Story 3. There were a couple of scenes in Toy Story 4 that, definitely brought on the sadness, but I don't know. I think just the brilliance of Toy Story 3's, scene just really brought the emotion out of me. Toy Story 4's conclusion really brought some emotion out of me too, but it's a little bit predictable, honestly. You kind of start to see it coming because I feel like the beginning of the movie kind of foretells where the characters are going by the end of it. And that's not necessarily a bad thing too, because the ending character arcs for the main characters in this sequel, I was completely satisfied with it. Like I wasn't sad. It wasn't like a sad. It wasn't a depressing sad. It was a happy sad. Like, hey, this is not. Yeah, I can't get too much into it because they were talking about spoilers. But just trust me when I say it's really you'll like it, man. You'll like it. I promise. But but yeah, man. So if I had to give this movie a particular score, I would definitely go a 9 out of 10. This movie was brilliant, man. Like I said, it's not my favorite Toy Story. I think that's that. But I mean, at this place, any of the four Toy Stories, any of them could be your favorite, and it wouldn't be a bad choice. That's no different here. If Toy Story 4 it ends up being your favorite, then hey, it's well deserving of it. But I think my personal favorite will always be Toy Story 3 because that was the one where I fell in love with the franchise. So yeah, man, I love this movie. And if you're any kind of a Disney, Pixar fan, and if you clicked on this video, there's no doubt in my mind that you plan on going to see the movie as well. So, on that note, I think we will go ahead and wrap up our review. So, as always, thank you for watching. Disney is life. Pixar is awesome. Making everybody cry all the time. Sheesh. If you like this video, do me a favor and hit that like button. If this video reaches 100 likes, we will do a Disney giveaway. And as always, you can follow me at youtube.com/marjack79. We are also on Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter at marjack79. As always, thank you for watching, my friends, and I will see you guys on the next one. I'll catch you guys later. Bye.